We are live in studio here, and trust me, I am enjoying this show so much today. And we do hope that you are enjoying all the Calypso and everything. And you know, we're just keeping it in the spirit of Calypso History Month. And
of course,
Raucus, I am so happy with this right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you're happy.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're happy, sir. I here to please, you know. And if everybody get to hear more Calypso this morning, then so it go. More Calypso. Take Calypso in your current sprung in your puffin. This morning, we are going to continue celebrating Calypso History Month, and we are chatting with Simon Baptiste. He is the CEO of Question Mark Entertainment, and we're talking about Calypso and its evolution this morning. Good morning, Simon.
Hey, good morning to you guys. How you doing?
So far, so good, you know. Tell me, Simon, from where you sit, can you give me an idea of the evolution of Calypso from your vantage point?
Well, I mean, I guess it really just depends on, are you meaning the evolution of Calypso into soca and then soca and its derivative forms as well?
Yeah.
Well, I won't claim to be a master in this field of being able to tell you exactly how its evolution has happened. But what I can tell you is that Calypso has obviously formed the foundational base for other things to grow.
Right.
I mean, without it, we wouldn't have soca. And then, you know, as a result, soca wouldn't allow us to have that chance to then further evolve into other realms like raga, soca, etc. I mean, obviously, a lot of it is credited with what we were able to do in terms of taking Calypso and just speeding it up and obviously giving it a different sort of flavor.
Right.
As you know, Ras Shorty I would have done, and you know, and then of course his peers would have also continued. Yeah.
Go ahead. A part of that evolution is really, like you said, getting into soca, and one of the things that's become a staple in soca is the Soca Monarch competition. And
Right.
you know, can you tell me what the significance of Soca Monarch is to the culture of Trinidad and Tobago?
Sure. Well, I definitely think it, first of all, it provides a base in which we can, obviously, from a competitive standpoint, and we have always loved competition, right? It gives people the opportunity to hopefully see the best of the best, you know, take part, whether they're emerging acts or, you know, established talent, in the ability to show the rest of the world, you know, what we can offer, not only in terms of song, but creativity.
Right.
So it kind of, it fosters that. Or hopefully that's what you try to achieve, right? Whether they actually go on stage and achieve that, that's a whole different story.
Well, yeah,
right?
that's a different thing altogether.
Right.
But tell me about your involvement in Soca Monarch, especially in 2020.
Sure. Well, I mean, I was brought on as a creative director roughly 3 weeks before the actual event was supposed to take place. And as a creative director, my role or responsibilities really revolved around the ability to produce an event and hopefully produce an event that lived up to certain standards.
Right.
Part of that is being able to analyze what the event offers and how we can improve on what has happened the years before, or find ways of still allowing it to appeal to a youth market and a youth demographic, which really and truly is where the strength of Soca Monarch has existed for many years.
Right.
Right. It's that platform that allows the youth to connect with what's going on and, you know.
You know, it's interesting.
Progress.
It's interesting when you put it like that, because for me, I always just saw it as it was the thing that was attached to soca. It was like, you know, there's the Calypso Monarch attached to the Calypso, and there's the Soca Monarch attached to soca music. But if you're saying that it's the youth culture is what it is, I guess that explains the evolution of it. Because this year we saw, of course, the integration of the Trinidad and other forms of music at the Soca Monarch. As creative director, can you tell me a bit about that decision?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Well, I think what we have to understand, yes, Soca Monarch is supposed to represent soca, of course.
Right.
But the fact is that the very brand, right, has, I don't want to use the word survived, but it has fostered, right, through our ability to attach ourselves to young adults and their ability to embrace the music and embrace the culture. Over the years, what you've seen is that there have been times when we've brought onto the Soca Monarch stage acts from foreign territories,
Right.
right? And the reason why this has been done is because it's the ability to recognize that, you know, it's still an event that's going to attract people, but you still need to be able to cater to, you know, the base, what the youth is interested in. And so that's why you may have had Beanie Man and a number of acts over the years take the stage. This year, we understood that there are two things you want. You want viewership and you want the crowds to attend.
Right.
So, you know, how do you do that? Do you go back to the old ways, meaning, you know, flying in, you know, artists from other territories, or do you look at it, you know, for a different way? And for us, Trinidad and the music that's being presented, local dancehall, so to speak, out of our culture, directly, of course, is tied into our youth, right?
Right.
And the idea is that we don't want to further separate them, and we didn't want to cater to, you know, that sort of whimsical notion of, okay, well, let's just go and get a foreign artist to come in. So we went to, you know, what is happening here? Why not support our own, was the thinking. And then we've seen our music, you know, over the years, soca music change, right? You've seen raga soca, and you've seen all these various forms, you know, where the music has, in a sense, adapted to what else is out there.
Right.
And so, you know, we felt it was a platform that we can give our youth. And I've always been supportive of our youth and of our musical movement.
Yeah,
so,
we know that for sure. Simon, do you think that Trinidad music is anything close to Calypso or soca? Do you think it's a break off from it?
That's a very tough question to answer. I mean, what I think is that if you speak to a lot of those artists, there are a lot of them who have a serious love for soca music, and in some cases even tried getting into that sort of soca music industry.
Yeah.
And perhaps for those who may have tried and felt that there was this closed door in front of them, they found something else, you know?
Yeah.
So is it necessarily a break off of soca music? No. But the reality is that there are still elements to it that are indigenous, right? And because of that, you know, I am more prone to support that perhaps as a Trinidadian, Trinbagonian, right? Than being the type of person to say, well, let's go to an outside source.
We fly in a big name.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for your time this morning, Simon Baptiste, CEO of Question Mark Entertainment. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing this information with us. I mean, for me, we were talking about it just now, and for me, like, you know, I hear plenty Calypso in the Trinidad. Like, you know, the beat is dancehall clearly, but for me, the lavway in what some of the guys are singing, like the melodies that they use, for me, it sounds like Calypso. And that's why we decided to ask you about you know, your choice to put them on the Super Monarch stage this year. Because for me, they kind of, like, it's us, regardless of the beat, you know?
Yeah, I believe the word zest also, if I'm not mistaken, Attila Springer was telling me the other day, originates from a Calypso song as well.
Yeah, actually, Sparrow had a zest in a old Calypso song, as did Shadow. Shadow have a whole album named
Shadow,
Calypso Zest.
Yes, correct.
All right. Well, Simon, I want to thank you so much for joining us this morning here in our morning show, and we look forward to chatting with you again soon, yeah?
All right, thank you so much. You take care. All the
Take
best
care.
to you
Enjoy your
guys.
day. All right. So that was Simon Baptiste, CEO of Question Mark Entertainment. We're talking about Trinidad.
A fitting way to end that conversation there is with some Calypso in the background. But let's check in with our friends on Facebook there. I'm just here on the page. Let me just take a peek at what they've been saying.
Well, I want to say good morning to all of them. They seem to ready to push back the chairs. I checked it just now.
Right.
They were ready to push back the chairs and have a proper zest in the living room. So
Yeah,
good
you
morning.
know, and individually,
Of
but
course,
together.
Of course,
But
yes.
together, still.
As the new way to
online.
party, you know, the new way to party is online.
Online,
So
yeah.
If we're doing it online, we're doing it online. We're on TV and we're online, and you could push back all the chairs in your living room. You could have a little Calypso zest if you want.
That's right. And as we
I'll play a
as
little
we here on
shadow on
Facebook, we're on Facebook, let's say good morning to some of our very, very wonderful Facebook family there. Patricia, Remy, Noel, your family.
Hey, my family. Hey, I want to
Viola
say...
Rada, Icaro to you too.
Yes, good morning, and Icaro to you.
We also have, they're having a good conversation. these
Yeah,
two.
them must be having a real bacchanal in the morning, no.
Richard Bruce Miral,
Always.
our favorite.
Always locked on. I want to say good morning to Valmon XT. He's celebrating his 61st birthday today. So happy birthday, Uncle
Happy
Valmon.
All right, and with that, here's what. We're going to continue with the Calypso Zest on this side, but for now on television, though, we're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to come back after the news, so stay locked.